IVM.
Hi, I'm Utsav, a behavior researcher by training and a slow traveler by passion. Postcards from Nowhere is a travel podcast where I condense a decade of travel experiences and explore not just the where, but also the why and how to travel. My stories emerged from slow traveling the less explored parts of the world: Bosnia and Herzegovina, Armenia, Uzbekistan, and even China. At the end of each story, I give practical tips and new ideas about how to travel better. This week, I take you to Malleshwaram in Bangalore, the story of a lost temple and the Nobel Prize. He was born in 1908 in Berlin, Germany. With the beginning of the Nazi rule in 1933, like many other Jews in office, he was dismissed from his government job, after which he worked for some years in Egyptian archaeology. In 1939, he was offered the job of an architect from an unlikely source, Sir Mirza Ismail, Diwan of Mysore. This man went by the name of Otto Königsberger, and he went on to design some iconic buildings in the country: the Tata Institute of Fundamental Research in Bombay, the Indian Institute of Science in Bangalore, the city of Bhubaneswar, and even parts of Jamshedpur. And thanks to his role as the chief architect for the Public Works Department in Mysore government, he was also involved in the growth of Bangalore. As we saw in episode 87, how pandemic shaped Bangalore, the plague led to the expansion of the city. While Basavanagudi expanded south of the Bangalore fort, towards the north, covering a cluster of villages and a large old temple dedicated to god Kadu Malleshwara, came about another extension, which today we know as Malleshwaram. Malleshwaram is by no means on the tourist trail of Bangalore. It's often seen as a sleepy part of Bangalore, a beautiful old locality where nothing really happens. But in 1997, things took a completely different turn. A politician sold a plot of land to a builder who wanted to construct a commercial building on it. Imagine everyone's surprise when the excavators unearthed old temple pillars and roofs. Further careful excavation revealed an intact courtyard with a pillared hall around it, a perfectly preserved Kalyani, which means a temple tank in Kannada. But most interesting of all, emerged a statue of Nandi, from whose mouth there flowed a clear stream of water, which fell exactly on a linga placed a little below it. Local people eventually prevailed and the construction was halted. The temple goes by the name of Nandishwara Temple and forms a focal point in the daily life of the people. It's a rather unique one, as Nandi faces south, whereas in most temples, the deity faces east. So while temples abound in Malleshwaram, it's also known for the contributions of a man who changed the course of physics. He was prodigious even as a child, for he completed his BA at 15 and then his MA at 18. He harbored a deep curiosity about nature, which led him to make one of his most outstanding discoveries. On a trip to Europe in 1921, he found himself on the deck of a steamship, sailing away slowly in the Mediterranean Sea. He was enraptured by the wonderful blue opalescence of the sea, which led him to postulate that the sunlight was getting scattered by the molecules of water. He began experiments on how light is diffused by liquids, and as he went deeper into the problem, he realized that the study of light scattering might carry into one of the deepest problems in physics and chemistry. His continued pursuit of the problem eventually led him to win the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1930, making him the first Indian and the first Asian to win it for any of the sciences. The man was none other than Sir C.V. Raman, who won it for his work known as the Raman effect. Apart from his ability to simplify difficult scientific ideas, he was also known for his wit. At the Nobel ceremony, when someone offered him a drink, he responded, "You have seen the Raman effect on alcohol. Please do not try and see the alcohol effect on Raman." If you go to the intersection of the 8th Main and 15th Cross in Malleshwaram today, you would find an abandoned-looking bungalow named Panchvati. It was the house where C.V. Raman lived with his wife, who named it after the hermitage where Ram and Sita spent many years of their exile in the forest. Luckily, the Raman Research Institute, which maintains the property, is in no mood to exile this prime piece of real estate, and the legacy of India's only physics Nobel laureate would continue to live on. But Raman made one more lasting contribution, and that is the locality of Malleshwaram itself. In 1935, Raman invited Max Born to be a visiting professor in theoretical physics at IISc for 6 months, It was here that the Diwan of Mysore, Sir Mirza Ismail, met with Max Born and asked him for recommendations for an architect. Born suggested his nephew's name, who was none other than Otto Königsberger, the man who designed Malleshwaram. From lost temples to the home of an Indian genius, Malleshwaram teaches us one simple thing: do not give up on your glorious past. It was only owing to the efforts of the locals that Nandishwara temple could be saved. It was only owing to the efforts of the Raman Research Institute that Sir C.V. Raman's house is still standing. We must ensure that our glory is not exiled to the footnotes of history. If you like this podcast, don't forget to check out other interesting podcasts on the IVM network. You can listen to us on the IVM Podcast app or ivmpodcast.com. You can also follow us on our social media. We are at IVM Podcasts on Twitter and Instagram. If you want to reach out to me, I am Utsav Memory on Twitter and YVTravel42 on Instagram.
I hope you enjoyed that show. If you aren't following us on social media, please do. We're IVM Podcasts on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. I'd like to thank the sponsor on the network this week, Credencia. Thank you so much for making this possible. On Cyrus Says, Cyrus was joined by actress Shreya Pilgaonkar to talk about her career in acting. On Begin the Journey, Ashish Vidyarthi lists down the modern concepts of friendship and how one can choose the right friend circle in life on Begin the Journey. On The Habit Coach, Ashton Doctor was joined by Aisha Bilamoria to talk about running and developing an athletic mentality. Farhad and Sunetra are joined by LGBTQ workplace advocate Suresh Ramdas to discuss the new normal in queer relationships on KBCD. On Tere Mere Raste, Keshav Chaturvedi takes us to the riverbanks of Banaras and describes the soulful mornings to us. And finally, on the Positively Unlimited podcast, Chetna Chakravarti takes the fear out of the word responsibility. And with that, I hope to see you again next week.
Whether you're an established sports person or a budding one, or simply a sports enthusiast, join us, Tanvi and Shlok.
We are two passionate pro badminton players talking policy, mindset and everything sport.
So tune in to The Millennial Athlete every Monday.
Only on the IVM Podcast Network.
Trust us, it's gonna be lit.